Welcome to Kamloops as the 2023 League 1 BC season gets underway here at Hillside Stadium. It's a beautiful setting, it's a beautiful day for the beautiful game. And the pitch is looking pristine as Rivers FC gets set to host Altitude FC in the season opener.
There's Canada Soccer, which is obviously the national teams in Canada. Of course, you have MLS, which is pro. We have 3 teams there. And then the CPL, Canadian Premier League, is sort of the men's entry to professional soccer. And then there's League 1 Canada, which I believe is called third tier, if I'm not mistaken. And there's League 1 Ontario, League 1 Quebec, and League 1 BC. My name is Landon Voth. I'm one of the volunteer co-founders of Altitude FC.
It's been a grueling 4 to 5 hour bus journey for Altitude to get to Kamloops today from North Vancouver. Dedication to the cause. The women's teams will battle it out first this afternoon in what is sure to be a closely contested encounter between 2 teams separated by a single point last year and looking to kick 2023 off with a bang.
So today I think we will be 2-0 for Altitude. Let's go.
Leading the way again this season for Altitude, head coach.
My name is Fali Bas and I'm the head coach of both Altitude teams, women's and men's.
Kamloops is a city rich in sporting heritage and there's a good crowd out for this season opener this afternoon. And you can only imagine the intensity in both locker rooms right now.
Like when you have 2 teams, not starting at the same point. You have some of the players coming late. It's not easy, right, to get right away the team chemistry, to get them involved, of all of them to, unlike some of the teams, like university team, for example, when they have their roster already set up since a long time because they've been playing together.
And as the teams line up, ready to take centre stage, these are 2 squads with a lot of strength and depth for the long, tough season ahead. Rivers FC head coach Mark Pennington has added to his already formidable firepower by bringing in Albanian forward Essie Luso, a player with a wealth of experience. She's played in Champions League and she's looking to bring that experience and those skills now to League 1 BC. Ball plays in Grace Miller and it's saved by Sarah Lowen at the near post and she smothers the rebound with Essie Luso poised to pounce. Kayla Lemon sends a free kick in high into the box. It's met by Brooklyn Tidder and another great save there from Sarah Lowen. She's been a brick wall and a cheap free kick given away by Altitude there and is going to give Rivers another opportunity for a set piece. Kayla Lemon standing over this once again. Floats one into the box, onto the head, Essie Luso, and the opening goal for Rivers in the 30th minute. Lewin needs to be a lot more focused if she's going to play passes out like that. Sarah Lowen finally beaten, and you wonder how she's going to feel about that one.
That's kind of one of the things about being a goalkeeper. Like, a striker can miss passes most of the game and then score 3 goals and be celebrated, but like a goalkeeper can have a perfect game for like the first 80 minutes and then give up a goal in the last 10 and be reprimanded for it. So it's really important that you are consistent all the time, and that's really tiring and mentally exhausting, but it's just how it is.
She loves sports and she loves soccer. That was her dream even from a little kid. Soccer practices, especially when you get to a higher level, there's a lot of them. It just gives you so many great skills. Michael grew up playing soccer, and so for him it was exciting to have both the kids involved in soccer.
Being a soccer dad means that you are probably first and foremost just driving the car back and forth, and when you get into high-level soccer, even when you're 12 or 13 years old, it's like 4 times a week.
Michael did a lot of the driving. We always called him Michael's taxi service or Dad's taxi service.
I've played soccer my whole life. My dad tried to get me into many different sports when I was younger. He's a very strong believer in the role that plays in bringing up a child, and I agree. I think it played a huge role in my life. He tried a lot of things. We tried gymnastics, we tried ballet. It lasted about 2 weeks. I vividly remember walking out, being upset about something. It's very hard to be upset when you're in a tutu, but we did that. And soccer is the one that stuck for me. In women's soccer, no one wanted to be the goalkeeper when you're a little league. No one wanted it. I think the girls were scared of it, to be honest with you. And I love a challenge, so I had no problem with it. So I often got just stuck in goal regardless. And often I would be a little bit too aggressive as an outfield player on the field. I had to be benched a couple times because my coach was a little bit afraid that I'd turn soccer into wrestling and get in trouble. But then I quickly found out that as long as I got the ball as a goalkeeper, the things I wanted to do as an outfield player were okay. Those aspects kind of came into one with me choosing goalkeeper and pursuing it, and it was just a really good fit.
And there goes the halftime whistle. The teams will head into the locker rooms. Rivers with the 1-goal lead. It's going to be an interesting halftime team talk from Fally here. He needs to have his team come out with something special in this second half to come back against a Rivers side that's performed against all expectations.
We need to show them that, hey, this is going to be different. We have 45 minutes, only 45 minutes, I would say. Only.
One thing about Sarah is if it was quiet, Sarah's not quiet. She never has been. And if it was quiet, usually something was up. She was an active, very inquisitive child.
We have a museum of failed experiments. I guess would be a wall of shame or a museum of things that just didn't work out, but some things just did. Some things worked out.
She had lots of energy.
The hovercraft worked out. The foundry did not work out.
She loved to make people laugh.
The foundry did not work out. Actually, the foundry did work out to an extent, but we didn't build anything. So, and the small motor lawn mowing mechanic venture didn't work out. Anyways, we had a lot of fun. I may or may not have made up the lawn mowing machine one. But other than that, when we were doing things, we fixed the van. She bought a 1985 van again, fixed it up together. We're working on a motorcycle right now, and we're fixing that together.
I would say, only, which is me, the effort has to be there. To go, to intercept the ball. Okay, force them, boom, to pass back.
Scene 1, take 1, altitude FC rising together, A, B, C, common, D, camera comes in last, Mark.
Today we have a very special guest with us on my far left. He's one of my teammates that I've had for about 4 or 5 years. It was very difficult to learn his name at first. I had many names for him, but now I finally learned it. So I'd like to welcome Atos.
Thank you for having me here, guys.
No problem, thank you.
My Brazilian homie was poppin'. Let's talk about Sarah, women's starting goalkeeper. What do you think about her performance this season?
Yeah, very, very good. Like, from the majority of the games I watched, she made like some incredible saves. She definitely was part of like why the women's team did that good, I would say. And even outside of the field as well, she's a very entertaining person, very outgoing, very nice person. Yeah, absolutely.
The League One BC season back with a bang, bringing with it the tension, the thrills, the pain and the fun. And Altitude will be looking for something special in this second half.
So how would you compare her and Trevor in terms of like their season? You know, their performances.
I would say they're both like leaders type of players. You know, both of them have good experience as well. And I would say they both play like a major role as well. And yeah, I think both outside even they have like a similar outgoing type of personality.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your It's dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah, we on your.
And then can you tell us what you're making today?
So today I'm kind of just making a basic breakfast. It's going to consist of eggs, toast, and some scallions on top.
Just seeing him being an athlete for 24/7, like throughout the entire day, he eats really well. He's really diligent with what time he goes to bed, what time he wakes up.
I was a player when I was playing, and for me, this is the #1 priority.
Just to create a consistent schedule, so then when I wake up and whatever I have for that day, I'm ready.
Noticing the small details, such as he's really good at drinking water. You never see him drink anything else than water. And
there are some days where I do have cheat days, but it's always post-game. So I will reward myself after a game and long training week, but for the most part, I try to keep it clean.
In goal, Trevor Schneider wearing the #1 jersey.
We both met each other like playing on the same team, and our team was quite dominant at that time, so he didn't get a lot of action in his net, so a lot of the time by like half time he didn't touch the ball, so we'd kind of rotate and like throw him up top or something, because you mentioned he's quite fast.
When I transitioned into a goalkeeper, it started off a bit slow. Like I hopped in practice one day and threw the gloves on and was decent at it. And then with my developmental team, I split half and half with another player. So I would always play first half, and then he would always play second half. And for me personally, it was great because I would play first half, I'd get that goalkeeper exposure, and I kind of fell in love with it. But then in the second half, I would go in as a player, whether that be center back, right back, or sometimes even up top.
Another attack through, it's bouncing about in the box, and the loose ball comes forward here to Finn Marshall, and the big striker tucks it away for Rivers, and the home side have a 1-0 advantage.
He'll tell you he scored a bunch of goals when he went up front, but oh my god, we gave him about 5 to 10 breakaways a game. He shanked about every single one of them, so yeah, you have to talk to her about that, but coming from the real sources, he can score a goal from that, so it's a good thing he was put in mistakes.
I'm kind of grateful for that as well because it really sharpened up my footwork and got me comfortable with my feet.
This is really stuck. Come on. Okay. I'll just leave that there. In my opinion, like Trevor's a fantastic goalkeeper. I love watching him play. Specifically because he has a similar style to me. Like we're both shorter in stature, and for a goalkeeper that really determines what kind of style you have to adapt.
I would say her shot stopping is unbelievable. Confidence levels are great. Collecting crosses are great. But her distribution, not to say that Sarah's distribution is poor, I think it's still very good. But I take a lot of pride in my distribution.
Altitude. Gonna have to come from behind now if they're gonna get anything from this game.
I like to say that I usually have 1 or 2 things bothering me at all times.
You guys want to win? No, doesn't look like. No. Don't come here and tell me you want to win the game. This is not how you play if you want to win a football match. Right now it's not football. We're losing the game. Look at the goal they score. You need to respect yourself. There is no respect. I don't want to see that.
We're doing great. Keep your head up high. The chance is coming. Okay? The hard work's paying off.
Oh, first Rivers game. It was hot, man. It was so hot. We had a long bus ride.
You know, you're a bit crammed in space. Your legs can get a bit tired, fatigued.
They're different when it's first thing in the morning. They haven't had their coffee and everyone's sleep deprived.
You got to get through those struggles.
It's a little bit of a different environment. But as soon as someone gets some music on, it's good.
And the action kicks off here for the second half.
And you need a reliable goalkeeper. You can't chance it, right? Because you make one wrong decision, we don't have the luxury of having someone else behind us. As soon as we mess up, we have one wrong pass. Even something as simple as that, not even like catching the ball or doing anything goalkeeper specific, just having a bad touch can end a game. You see it all the time in the highlight reels.
Corner here for Rivers in the 64th minute. Falls to Finn Marshall in the box. He turns beautifully and fires home the second for Rivers. And you can see how unhappy Trevor Schneider is there at giving up that second goal.
Because goalkeepers, it's quite an isolated position and it's very unique. And we get a lot of criticism as it is from the media and fans and our own players, their players. So you got to support one another.
Altitude now with a free kick, roughly where Rivers got their opener from. Shostak lost one into the box. It fumbled there by Santaga. It's bouncing about in the box and it's fired home by Avery Tulloch. The former Rivers FC player comes back to haunt her former side. For any Altitude fans wondering who is Avery Tulloch.
Can we come back to this question?
Oh. Try not to break my hand here. If you want to go back to the mental health stuff, I'd love to touch more about the mental health. I don't know how.
Also, I like to play video games in my spare time, play cards with my friends all the time.
The bike's like one big Lego set, which I love. It helps me deal with trial and error. It takes out the room to blame anyone else and to put that fault on anyone else, which is, I feel like, a very natural human instinct to go
Just hanging out with the people that I want to see that aren't really related to football. I personally just enjoy that because I feel like sometimes football's just in my head 24/7.
It's a piece of machinery, it's made to work, and yes, there's other circumstances where whatnot happens, but as you're working on it, you are the one doing things that are going to cause different outcomes.
Brand in the box and he's sent crashing to the deck and the referee points to the spot. Altitude are going to get a penalty here in the 89th minute. Dosti Sakera steps up and the Brazilian shows cool, calm collectedness to fire home past Olivier Jumeau, giving Altitude some hope.
In Brazil, everybody plays soccer and football, as we call it there. And yeah, it's just always been a part of my culture. Since I was about 3-4 years old, all my friends started playing. And I just hopped in as well, started playing with them. And since then, I never stopped.
If you do something wrong, it's gonna cause an outcome that's not what you want, and you can't go oh, it was this or that, it's what you did. So how do you fix it? You gotta find where you messed up. You gotta accept that you messed up, first of all. Maybe swear a little bit, if you're me. The competition is just such a high level, and it's just such an opportunity to see where I'm at as a goalkeeper, skill-wise, mentality. It's very hard to keep mentally strong when you're losing.
It's not easy work.
Yeah, I definitely think goalkeepers are all the same kind of crazy.
Every day you wake up, it's a different day.
If you're not crazy, you probably won't do very well in this profession, if you will.
You need to step up a little bit more and and give your best every single day. There is no time that you say, oh, this time I'm going to rest and give 50%.
It's not in every job that people cheer when you mess up, and it's not like every job where you're expected to put your face in front of a foot and put sometimes your life on the line for a game. You get knocked in the head wrong, you could be done. You throw your body into harm's way. That is the job. To get hit is the job.
Through ball nicely played through here for Essie Lusso. She fires one in. It's bobbled by Lewin. Just gets swept from under the crossbar.
Even if I could run, I don't see it. I don't see the runs in the front line. I don't have the knack for that. In the same way you probably don't know, I had to make this split-second decision, and that's why I took you out and the other player. Sorry about it, but I did. What's the question again? I got a little lost. It's really unfortunate when injury is something that's holding you back, because it's not something in your control. It's not a work ethic thing. It's not a skills thing. But it takes a hit to your character because you can't help feeling like it is.
The final whistle goes here at Hillside Stadium in Kamloops. An altitude to a 2-1 loss. They battled hard to the end.
It was tough mentally, just to stay engaged, stay locked in. So I found I started journaling every day at that point. And within this journal, I would write. I'd write about anything, whether everything and anything. I just told myself I have to be 100% honest with myself.
Other than that, I really look up to Steph LeBay.
My name is Stephanie LeBay. I am a retired Canadian Olympic soccer goalkeeper.
And I really look up to her because of her voice with mental health and athletes.
I think mental health is one of the biggest challenges I had to face throughout my career, but I know it's also the conversation around it is expanding and evolving and changing all the time.
To just see that athletes and mental health is a topic that shouldn't be taboo. It should be talked about more.
The day I was able to accept and be vulnerable and talk about the challenges I was facing was the day that I was able to grab control of it.
But to see someone at a professional level, somewhere I aspire to be in the same position that I play, talking about it was really comforting to me.
DeLong with the throw in now for altitude on the left. It takes a bounce from Ring. She gets away from her marker, sends one into the box, onto the head of Hughes Goyette, and is fumbled by Santaga. And it's over at Hillside Stadium, and Altitude come away with a big 2-1 road victory, and a big win for the Altitude women. Tough for Rivers to lose their first game at home.
You know, going from that amateur game to the pros is it's the greatest challenge you'll ever have, because you know that's when the numbers go from here to here, and that's really hard. It's very difficult. There's a lot of times where you have to check yourself and wonder if you're good enough.
When I was younger, and still today, I struggle a lot with mental health. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD, and when I was younger, I was diagnosed with clinical depression. So applying myself to something that has meaning, and I can see the fruits of my labor being reaped, if you will, by the community and by my teammates.
We all have lives outside of sport. We all have things that we're carrying, and as individuals, we're then able to, I think, connect with each other on a different level and able to see what types of things we can help, I guess, manage and get the best out of them on that day.
Like, which sponsors are we meeting today? How did you propose the idea to them of sponsoring Altitude?
Yeah, so you know, we've tried to imbue our club with the spirit of the North Shore in everything we do. You know, we love having North Shore players. All of our sponsors are from the North Shore, or Sea to Sky country. Yeah. Whistler Brewing.
The person leading our It's all good.
So not looking directly in the camera.
Yeah, like, you know, you can get away with occasionally, but yeah, try and keep eye contact.
Like even more with like yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's no problem. And you're Kyle? I am Kyle. All right, I'm Andrew. Yeah, nice to meet you too. I'm the brand portfolio manager here at the Whistler Brewing Company. So welcome. It's great to have you guys here. And so I look after essentially all the management and things, all the exciting things that happen with the Whistler Brewing brand.
The person leading our tour today was super informational about how the brewing starts and how it brings the community together.
For me, having Whistler Brewing as a sponsor means a lot. I'm from Squamish, BC, so it's nice and close to home.
I'm Christy Hughes. I have two daughters that play for Altitude in the BC1 League, so I'm a mum and a fan.
it's really great to bring in a little something from home, I guess.
We sell Whistler Brewing to all four corners of the province, but we consider North and West Vancouver like the gateway to sea to sky country, and so it's right at almost like the footstep of Whistler Brewing and the Whistler area in general.
I first found out about Altitude from my former boss, who mentioned we were going to be sponsoring the soccer team, and I've heard of it before, but I was excited to do something exciting for Vancouver and sports, and maybe I can answer that one again.
It's going to be really exciting to see our own beer in our own beer garden.
The beer garden, which is a big hit with my family.
At our own home field this Sunday.
I unfortunately have not been to a game yet, so Mark.
We'll see about that.
Welcome to Kinsman Field in North Vancouver for the Altitude FC home opener.
Hi, my name is Megan and I'm the former events and marketing coordinator at North Shore Girls Soccer Club. So North Shore Girls Soccer Club is actually 36 years old and we are Canada's largest female-centered community soccer club. We have over 2,500 youth players. So my first ever experience watching an Altitude FC match was actually the first time we were the club who was the youth supporting club for their home opener match.
You know, where we were going to play was a big debate when we started this, because you had to put in your application to the league where your home venue would be.
Later on, there was where the current stands are. There was a wooden stand with a roof on it. It held several hundred people, which was good. The roof was important, of course, because of the weather that we have here in North Van.
It's a little bit overcast at the moment. The sun has been trying to poke through and is meant to brighten up over the course of the afternoon.
I want to bring some sunshine in here because it's kind of cloudy.
And I do get it. Sometimes it is cold or it's rain or it's harder to warm up if you don't see a goal. But, you know, with that energy, when you give off that energy, you receive it back from the players and they do feel it. So, you know, just come on with a positive attitude and keep smiling even when the clouds are gray. You know what I mean? See that sunshine within yourself.
Yeah, the history of Kinsman Field, we had to have a field that had specific requirements.
There was an old dressing rooms.
And, you know, like it had to be fenced in, it had to have enough capacity.
There was steps going up the side of the building, and then right on the very top, kind of like a hat, were the stands, and we watched games from there.
Last weekend, Altitude won their season opener 2-1 in Kamloops at Rivers FC, trailed 1-0 at the half to an Essie Lufa's 30th minute header, but came storming back in the second half.
Had to have washrooms for fans, it had to have change rooms, you know, all sorts of requirements there. And unfortunately, on the North Shore, Kinsman Field actually checks most of those boxes, and there really isn't anything else.
Avery Tulloch tied it up with her first goal for Altitude after Rivers goalkeeper spills the ball off a free kick, and that was in the 49th minute.
But there's a ton of improvements needed there. Yeah, so really not too many other choices.
And round the goalkeeper, and there is the opening goal for Unity, 5 minutes in.
I think that clip of me getting scored on was included in the highlights that our film crew put together.
Nonetheless, great delivery into the box there, and it's well met as well, and there is the second goal for Unity. 38th minute.
Hard, we're winning every ball. No one's getting past you. You're faster, you're stronger. Like those wingers and strikers, they have nothing on us, but we're letting them have something on us.
It's a good delivery here, and she sends a dangerous one, and it's right on the top of Sandy, who pokes it out in the header in, and there is a goal back for Altitude, and it's Charlotte Ring that gets it. 10 minutes into the second half, and Altitude reduced the deficit to 2-1. It was a fantastic delivery in from Avery Tullett. Do it for it, and that does do it here at Kinsman Field. It's a 2-1 final. Unity, the visitors, coming away with a 2-1 win. Fantastic second half performance from Altitude, just falls short.
The environment, especially at Altitude FC at the stadium, is very fun, lighthearted. They do a very good job at keeping everyone entertained throughout halftime. And yeah, it really brings the community together. And I think that even people walking by, they're like, oh, what's that over there?
Okay. Yeah, oh my goodness. All right, yeah, second game of the season. Our home opener, to lose that was crushing. To lose it, in my opinion, to a goal that got scored on the first minute, of course, I'm gonna hold myself responsible for that. When you want to set such a standard for the community, like we had such a great turnout, and there were so many people out there to support us, and it kind of just like killed it before it could like take off. And I'm speaking about myself, like just because it took a hit to my mentality for sure. I mean, it didn't so much in the game, because in a game you can't get down on yourself in that environment, but afterwards for sure. Like I remember slowing it down, the zoom in of that goal, and really breaking it down and watching it back and going back and breaking it down and watching it back, and I had like 3 different camera angles, and
She takes it way too personally. She takes it upon herself to be fully responsible for the end score, unless it's 0-0. So that's a good trait to have, because it gives you an edge of anger.
But what would you, like looking in from the outside, what would you say you think the biggest kind of concerns have been, and what do you think the team can improve on?
Our women's team is building momentum, really, saw a step up from the first season to the second season.
I would love to play professionally somewhere. My main goal is to finish school. I think it's really important to finish your education, and unfortunately where we are with women's soccer right now, I don't see a secure option to play solemnly as a professional soccer player.
You know, sports for girls, when I was going to high school, yeah, the girls, there were basketball teams and field hockey teams. There were definitely no soccer teams. Soccer was a boys' sport.
Welcome to Kinsman Field, North Vancouver. Langley's Unity FC, the visitors to this unique and storied stadium on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
No, okay, just hold on a second. I'm saying when we get the ball, let's see when we get the second ball, let's take a bit more risk going forward.
In that one, both teams will be looking to get their first win of the season. We'll give you a rundown of the starting lineups for Unity.
Trevor is very talented.
At the same time, it's a bit of the reality of a semi-professional team, to where if you really want something and you really want to make it to that next level, you have to be willing to really just get through that grind.
In the League One campaign, they line up in goal. Trevor Schneider wearing the number 1 jersey.
For Trevor, his ultimate dream is to make a living, is to play at the professional scene.
Ball's cut back now, and a fierce shot, and well saved there by Trevor Schneider from Marcel Bonner. Sends that forward to Fussell, who sends a lovely ball into the box, onto the head of Shambushel, and Schneider.
Also, could you compare the 2 first team goalies, Trevor and Sarah, like their performances?
Trevor and Sarah, for sure, like they are like 2 of the best goalie like we have like around. Like I met like Trevor I knew it about him because after like the tryout and the people, when we talk.
Trevor on the men's side. So Trevor, he's a kind of player. He's a leader. He's a vice captain of the team. He comment a lot.
But I met him the first time. Like I had the opportunity to work with him, and he's a good goalie.
Stop to lose all the ball there in the middle. Fuck off, I don't want to take the risk there. So mistakes, that's it. Let's stop being nice. It's not normal that this guy, he's older than you, right? He's going every single challenge.
going in. Interesting tackle there, and Fremont and Torreson coming to blows there, and it's all kicking off now. Grabbing Fremont with an arm round the throat there. Surely has to be a yellow card. Do not understand that at all. I mean, that was for me at least a yellow card, and I mean, I could easily argue for that to be a red. In the end, he dodged a bullet.
Here I realized that they like to be calm when they're doing stuff, and me, I'm not like that. When I'm coaching, I'm really involved to the game. I'm kind of really passionate guy. I'm just going. It's like I am playing with the players, and the player can feel that. You know, they have another guys there behind. If they don't do the right things, I'm gonna be after them. And a referee doesn't like that.
Valley, it's very European based. It's you know, it can be intense at times.
I'm telling you, we need to respond. Because otherwise, what's gonna happen? We're gonna play like that, and then at the game, corner, boom, they score.
I think that's the big thing you notice, that on the benches they're very passionate. Sometimes that passion can maybe spill over. Sometimes that passion, you let it out on the referees, or you get a bit agitated.
No. Be better is every single line. So manage yourself. Manage yourself. Okay?
I think that would probably be the big word I use, passion, just to drive towards the game. And I think that you can kind of see that in the style, the way they want to play, that where that passion kind of comes from.
We play home. Don't let them disrespect us here. This is our home field.
And the action kicks off here for the second half. Chhabria fires one just past the back post there. No danger at all there. Long ball forward for Chhabria, and that's going to be a penalty for Unity.
So obviously there's a lot to do to be successful, and financially, if it's tough to balance work life, playing, and filling in everything else. It's a big grind for sure.
Chhabria steps up, takes it, sends Schneider the wrong way, and Unity have a late lead here at Kinsman Field.
So Trevor had the opportunity to play for VFC. Did you go to watch that game?
Yeah, I went to a couple,
Yeah, that's awesome. I was super excited
I was
for him.
there
I was
too.
hyping him up. I didn't go to the game, but
I was seeing him warm up and stuff like that. It was nice.
That's
it was
nice.
good to see him like that.
I didn't go to the game that he was there, but I remember.
Yeah, I went to that one. It was really good to see him. Like, I don't know, he looked kind of happy, you know, just happy
Yeah,
to be there,
definitely.
the environment, the experience kind of thing. So I was happy for him for that.
Would you say that like Sarah being on the women's team would have a similar opportunity? And if so, what are they?
I think that above the semi-professional level in Canada, there's not yet to be a professional women's league, but I heard that they're on the making, right? 2025?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, if everything goes well. And that would be awesome. Like, I think they haven't announced all the teams yet, and I don't know if there was any team in BC that was announced. Maybe Whitecaps?
Sure.
Whitecaps women's?
Maybe.
I mean, there was a Whitecaps women's team back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's something we're overdue to do in order to like progress the development of soccer here, especially for the women's, because it sucks to see that like after semi-professional leg, there's no stepping up. So the players are doing very well here. They can go and to a new level and stay here, you know. So that would be something that would like not only be good for the players they're already playing here, but definitely attract a new like type of market from players that would like to live here and play here as well, I would say.
Get at least a point, pushing for the 3. Now they're just trying to get anything out of this one. And some heavy pressure there from Eve. Altitude keep it alive though. Marshall beautifully lofted ball into the box. Kanati up challenging Hicks. And it's a penalty now for Altitude. Hicks brings down Kanati. The pair of them tussle for that ball. And the referee shows a yellow card to the Unity
I mean, we
keeper
played
as well.
many home games here. What are your thoughts on the atmosphere when we come to home games?
Yeah, no, that's something that I think is pretty much incomparable from all the other teams that we played against. Even like after all no matter how tired I was, how painful like I was feeling, just walking into Kinsman Field and then seeing like all the fans, all the kids, everybody watching, like the whole community together, it was beautiful.
Rube steps up, strikes it there, and beats Hicks, sends him the wrong way.
so good. It's so good. Like once you score here, and then you just see Mark running.
I was gonna say that's my favorite.
So funny.
Back and forth.
Like you just see everybody happy. It gives you like so much more like motivation to play. And yeah, that was something I was like very happy to be playing here, to be part of this team.
Thought that was going to be the last kick of the game, but the referee is allowing the game to restart. Hold it, sends a long one forward. Banovich, and that is in fact the final whistle. Drama right at the end here at Kinsman Field. And you've got to say, Altitude deserve to get something from this game. Both teams have to settle for a point. They're still arguing the toss with the referee, but it finishes here at Kinsman Field. Altitude 1, Unity 1. It was a tale of 2 late penalties. It looked like that was going to be enough to send the Langley side home with their first win of the season.
Yeah, the performance overall, I mean, we got a point out of it. We wanted 3, obviously ideally, but you know, you're going to face adversity in games, just like in life, and it's about overcoming the challenges and facing them head on.
For me, I created a penalty, even though that wasn't a real penalty. So in my mind, I was like, I have to make something so we're gonna win. I drive too far to go lose this game.
Going forward, you know, there's always little fine details to tune and tweak during games, but you know, as long as you have the right mentality, work ethic, and attitude, you can build off of that and add in other little details. So.
The importance of fans is huge. Like the players get a huge kick out of having their fans supporting them and cheering them. And out of the whole league, every single game, our Altitude team, specifically our girls, would walk up to the audience and the fans and thank them for being there and for supporting them every single game.
In honor of Mother's Day, we asked Altitude FC.
What is a lie they told their mom in the spirit of honesty? I'm pretty sure I had a soccer game. She was like, do you have everything? Do you have your shin pads, your water, you know, your cleats? I was like, yep. And I knew that I didn't have my shin pads, but we were already like in the car. She's trolling. What?
I'm a pretty honest child, so I don't think I've actually lied that much to my mom, so.
That much?
That much.
I wouldn't go to the candy store before dinner.
This is genuinely. Can you imagine there's nobody in the stands except for her and like 5 other people, and she's just doing
Mom, that I don't know what happened to the screen door on the basement window. It must have fallen off when really I took it off and hid it so that I could climb out to sneak out at night.
That's a good one. That was a good answer.
I want to say this because it breaks my heart, but I went to a party one time and I didn't tell her.
Where did you tell her?
I went to my friend's house.
It's about to get a little spicy, Debbie, there. The next question.
Oh.
What do you think are the general reasons for disparity in pay between men versus women's soccer?
Well, here we should have like an interview only about that.
I know.
That comes down to, you know, the littlest things such as field availability. So many times we see that the boys team gets the priority time or the better time on the field than the girls. You know, having the same standards in terms of locker rooms, in terms of referees, in terms of equipment. Like, are we putting girls in boys fitted uniforms or are we putting girls in girls fitted uniforms? Are we asking the girls what type of uniform they want so that they're comfortable? I think it's, you know, transportation, the hotels that we put the girls in versus the boys, the way that we travel, the way that we, you know, put our athletes on social media. Are we treating them the same? Are we giving them the same type of visibility?
There's still a lot of room for growth and opportunity and a lot of potential to find places for women to, again, stay in the game.
Certainly with Christine Sinclair and some of the other star players with the Canadian national team, and that huge crowd that was at Christine Sinclair's final national team game in Vancouver. Yeah, it's growing. It's growing.
You compare Christine Sinclair's salary to the average male professional soccer player's salary, and unfortunately in some places it's quite comparable. And she is one of the best soccer players in the world amongst men or women. But if you're not Christine Sinclair, I don't know how you can make a living.
How do you think creating kind of a source of income and maybe a pro league for women, how big do you think that would be for the women's game?
Well, what's your goal?
Make it pro. But they can still make it pro, but they'd have to go to Europe.
Yeah, locally. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. There's no question. You got you were at some CPL training practices last fall.
Yeah.
Right. Whitecaps are based here.
What level of soccer are you playing now?
Whitecaps.
Just made Whitecaps.
I just made the Whitecaps, which, as an altitude supporter, is tough for me to say. But altitude doesn't have a girls program for that age group, so she's allowed to play for them for a little while.
Welcome to Kenwood's Field at the University of British Columbia campus as Vancouver Whitecaps take on Altitude FC, and the Whitecaps not only a very famous name in BC and Canadian soccer circles.
Of course the Whitecaps are involved and they had a great season last year, but of course they're an established institution here.
I played at elite levels. I played for the National Training Centre when I was in grade 8, and then the BC provincial team through high school, as well as played for the Whitecaps women's elite team.
On the back foot here, and a bit of a misplay there as the ball runs out, and Altitude certainly can't afford to have sloppy play like that against the Whitecaps here this afternoon, because they will be punished.
Part of the Whitecaps women's elite team, we would actually play, so I would have been in grade 12 at the time and playing against grade 8 boys, which is pretty interesting, and we would lose. But that's the thing is, I don't think you can compare the strength or the skill in that sense of why one should be better than the other.
And that's a loose one from the Caps. It's pounced upon by Billy Shostak. She takes a couple of touches in the box and she fires home the opening goal. Altitude have a 1-0 lead.
Perhaps society norms that men get more than women do, and maybe unconsciously people are doing this. Like, do I unconsciously give my son more support than I do my daughters? Is it because he's the baby? Is it because he's a boy? Or is it because my girls are so independent? Is that unconscious bias that I have that I will help him more than them? I'm not sure. I really hope I don't do that, but there's a possibility.
Almost like a door on a hinge. You have one goalkeeper on one side, you have the other goalkeeper on the other side. The goalkeeper that's doing well will push the door a little bit harder, right? And it will start to close on the other person until it's fully closed, right? That person is stuck under the door and you can sit on top of it and it's your position, right? And it's very hard to climb out of that.
They shot 40, they did 40 shots on my daughter on that game, and she stood on her head and she kept the team in the game for most of the game, and then there was a breakdown in the wall in the last part.
I have never lost that badly in my life, ever. I've never been scored on that many times in my life.
So let's recap. 40 shots on net, 5-1. The goalie makes team of the week. Put those all together and you've got an amazing goalie.
But they are playing at the highest level available to them right now.
We were all very disappointed by the result, but I thought that our performance that led into it was a lot more positive. And we can definitely take something away from that, but we definitely weren't happy. We wanted more. We weren't satisfied.
Any of this doesn't go to disregard or discredit the effort that we've put into showcasing the men's game, but there is the female game, and it is so fun to watch.
All right, Altitude Fam Jam. It is my pleasure, honor, and I'm extremely excited to introduce the wizard, the magician, the guy that saved my life during the season. The only reason I could play, Mr. Sean Campbell.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining.
You had to say that because you went into clinic next week, eh? Yeah, that's okay. I'll accept it, yeah.
As physicians, I guess physiotherapists, we can do what we need to do, as I said, as parents and coaches at a certain level, but the gap needs to be closed at the top.
It's unfortunate that Canada's one of the only countries in the world that doesn't have a professional women's league at this time, but hopefully 2025 is the start of something great, which I feel like it will be.
Let's dive into some of the reasons why the Canadian Premier League for women's soccer wasn't introduced at the same time as men's soccer in that industry. Can you talk about that?
It's a very good question why there wasn't a women's domestic league created at the same time as the Canadian Premier League. I don't know the ins and outs of and reasons why. That would be more of a Canada soccer business question.
My name is Dino Rossi. I am one of the founders of League One Ontario. I also have served as the president of League One Canada in the past.
So why, in your opinion, was a women's pro league not created at the same time as the men's?
That's really not an answer that I've got. A question I don't have a really great answer for. It's absolutely critical for the development of women's football in this country that we have professional football for our most talented and ambitious female players. The professional game has grown globally for women in the past, let's say 5 to 7 years, has been incredibly impressive. And we are certainly falling a bit behind in Canada. The CPL has done a great job surviving a pandemic and coming out on the other side stronger. The folks at CSB are 100% in support of the growth of women's professional football. And we're very proud of the fact that for now, League One represents the highest level of competition for women in this country. But we look forward to not being that highest level.
Well, I think, the disparities of men's and women's soccer a lot of times is based on budget. It's based on the TV money deals, the ability to show the games, who's watching it, who's streaming, how much does it cost to do that? And then from there, then that starts to come into the budgets of the club, how much are the owners willing to pay their players? And then you start to come into audience.
His name is Ravi. So tell me about your relationship.
Cheating! You love him!
Yeah, he's a brother to me.
Yeah, Rafa, he's good on camera, right?
Yeah, and also other ways my brother brands himself is also how he actually expresses himself through his clothing and his actions.
The fans love him. You can Yeah, always see everyone the kids, loves him. The kids in love the Rav. game.
Like Altitude, how is it as a brand? How people look up for you guys? Because you guys have a lot of younger guys, audience, right? Looking up for you guys. It's a positive thing as I can see, right?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, both teams played very well. Men's are playing very good currently.
Me personally, bro, how I brand myself to my fans, to the fans of Altitude.
And at the end of the day, then they would all come over and sign your jersey, and you're looking at this guy because you're that tall, right? You're looking up at this player, you think, oh my god, that is so cool, right?
I want to portray myself as an intelligent, right, a hardworking, faithful, a Christian man, right?
It's fun. It's a great community. Everybody's super nice to the players. You get to meet them.
So I think for me, it would have to be like Ronaldo, just because it's just the way he portrays himself, as a clean athlete, as a healthy athlete.
And it's so fun, so funny. Those two guys combined, they don't have one brain cell, I would say. I agree. Yeah, they are hilarious, man.
One of my biggest idols, I want to say, in the sport.
For me,
I have a toothbrush in here, bro. You're dirty for that. That's how I try to keep myself, on edge. I try to educate myself every day, every year, a bit more, right?
Because it's low key, because it's not always known to everybody, but
it's still flashy at some point, and that's actually would say that's my brother as well. He doesn't try to catch always everybody's attention, but he actually does with his outgoing personality, which he showed in a lot of games with altitude.
When I say I work hard, bro, it's like I go to the gym a lot, bro. You know me, bro. Like, yeah,
And it's inspiring. So maybe that kid's not going to be like a professional soccer player. Maybe they like hockey or something. But getting that close contact to somebody that they actually kind of like see as a little bit of an idol or somebody that they're pretty impressed with or want to be like.
for my physical state, bro, always that I'm fit, always that I'm ready for my next game, ready for League One next year.
When his little fans always came up to him, talking to him, he was also really engaging and friendly, going up to them.
Like that peak performance that I can bring.
It's inspiring for kids.
How many times I looked up to my brother, not just in football, like learning how to play skill-wise, game IQ and everything.
League One BC featured match, and it is underway.
But also developing my personality, like he also made me goofy, funny, outgoing, not shy towards other people.
Nice little touch by George.
I definitely say he had a big impact on branding myself.
Lucky you, man. You have a girlfriend. Congrats.
Oh, what do I shoot, huh? Oh, hey, okay, on. Yo, in front. That was clean. Okay, wow.
Gonna get around the corner, brought down, penalty! Add to his goals tally from last year. And he tucks it away, perfect-eyed. It's altitude 1, Rivers 0, just on the stroke of...
Rafa's performance on the men's side, he have all his take, he's fast, he's a really good player, versatile player as well. You can play him in a different position, he will deliver.
Goal here, can he equalize? It's Kamita stepping up, it's off the post! Sarub penalty. At the edge of the box as it's pinged in, a little flick through, danger not cleared, Samadin with a shot, it's 2-1! Here comes Paredes, and he buries it inside the near corner. Paredes to his right foot, sends it across, and it's 4! Samadin following up the counter-attack from a corner at one end. As a Rivers player down, but Bolmaseni puts it in.
But if in a situation like that happen, we need to have someone in the back to cover right away. So let's change that right away, okay? We come to the field, we know that there is a time. Sako will go, Connor will follow, Sirup will follow, bam, we all, boom, moving together and compact, which is Bernardo David and the twin back, and even the line, the outside player with and Rafa. Okay, guys? Yeah? All right, let's do it.
Having the players interact with the fans and the youth after the game, before the game, is important, right? Because it builds a bond between those fans and the players.
I actually get a lot of crap from some of my colleagues because I'm the one who's always pushing the off-field entertainment.
And so that in itself is important to our club. The more we can bond with the fans and the community, the more we build that community team. And that's what we really want.
I performed a song "Sipping." You wanna party? Let's get naughty, girls in the, you know what I mean? And then I had the girls team came and joined me on the field, and they were just having such a blast.
Ball's coming over the top, good ball through, and a header, and a goal! Shots in, and a goal! Off of the box, and a goal! And that is it.
She's not, like, she will call those, like, she's said it before. She will call it. She will call it.
Because the movement is there.
She's pretty good, like, she will call it.
I learned to own my style, how I got this smile. Conquer fear, got the crown, can't nobody bring me down. I'm looking good, quite frankly. Tim's a fitted big Yankee. Then I'm cold when I'm out east. I'm top tier, you can't rate me. Stop talking, baby, go get it. God give it, can't diminish. I'm set apart, I'm distinguished.
I actually wasn't allowed to do sports at first. I was actually in music school for about 10 years since I was 3 years old. That's what my dad wanted me to do, and my brother was more into the sports, and I was always very interested in it. And I think it's partly because of watching him and watching my cousins and growing up as well. So just watching them play and
being like a part of it but not really a part of it, you know? Like I wasn't on a team, I didn't have that kind of sense, but I knew I was good at something. And my friends thought I was really good as well, so they went to my mom and my dad and they're like, oh, like, you gotta get her to play soccer, like you gotta get her to play. So they wrote my dad a note and like went up to them and said like, hey, like you gotta let Avery join soccer, and like all their parents joined in, and eventually like in the fall they signed me up. In my first year I was flying. I mean, I was only like 10, but like that's pretty late.
Later, her friends were playing soccer for quite a while before she started, and she loves being with her friends and being active in that, so playing soccer with them just was one of those things that she started to love to do.
Took the chair out.
Same thing, bro? Same thing?
Bro, same thing, bro, please.
No problem.
I'm gonna get that clean cut for Burna Boy tomorrow, you know?
Of course, bro.
I don't even know if you know, bro, but I'm going, bro.
You go?
Yeah, he's here tomorrow, bro. He's right now in Seattle.
You going to Seattle tomorrow?
No, he's right now in Seattle, bro.
Yeah.
But tomorrow he's at BC Place, I think.
BC Place, yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna go watch him?
Yeah, bro. See how it is, man.
Anything else, bro, you doing?
No.
Oh, that's all. You going by yourself?
No, bro. Like, you know Eva, bro? I'm going with her.
Oh, you going with Eva?
Yeah. And then like her friends, her group of friends, bro.
He's like one of my favorite friends, inside and outside of the field as well. And yeah, even though he was not playing, he was always part of the team, going to the trips with us, coming to the practice, like enjoying time with him. Like I'm so happy. I was the one who told him to come try out for altitude. Yeah. So it just makes me very happy to see how well he's doing here as well.
Another 10 out of 10 player in my opinion, Avery, my homegirl. Shout out Avery, love her. Yeah. What do you feel, or how do you feel she performed this season?
Very good too, I would say. Yeah, she was one of the members from the Rivers gang that came.
Gang, gang, gang.
Yeah, Eva too.
We stick together.
My experience playing with Eva is actually a really fun one. Like we played at Rivers together, that's how we met, but we actually had some mutual contact. Like even though she's older, my favorite coach and one of my greatest role models, Carlo Basso, she went to high school with him and kind of knew him through a whole bunch of stuff. So we were pretty close from the get-go, just knowing that we kind of had each other's back. She's someone that like I could always just look to and she'd smile, and then I know like, yeah, we're gonna have a killer game today.
Checks his watch and the whistle kicks off, and it's Altitude kicking this one off. Ball put into McFarlane, she sweeps it home! And we've got the opening goal here at Kinsman Field. Harborside coming away with it, and there is the half-time. In front of goal, and Shocker has a chance there. Rodriguez doing well to win that. And that is the final action of this one, and it is a 1-0 win for Altitude FC.
I think that also like with our mentality is like we have to go out there and sacrifice everything we have. This is our last half, right? So you give it all you got for each other and for yourself. You do not let anything off this field, okay? We sacrifice for
So I think that her performance this year, I think, has been very good because she does all that grunt work and all the hard stuff that is not always noticed.
Cared a lot about the standards. You know, like really knew that she was putting a shift. She'd hold you to it. I love people like that, not afraid to say what their expectation is.
I'm sure her coaches would agree with what I'm saying, and I'm sure that's why they value her so much, and her minutes are right up there with the people that play all the games, you know.
Very, very mature for a young age. Really impressive. She did transfer from Kamloops to Altitude, so of course it's new to come into that. I feel like she did take a lot of space.
She had started coaching at Toka maybe last summer, and that's how we met.
Because she demands it on the pitch and as a personality. So yeah, I've only good things to say about her.
I think it's just clicked, and now she's with me, so that's amazing. It's been great.
Cameo. Okay.
Takes a touch inside, gets a shot off, and it just goes past the left-hand post there. Illich had that well. Tries to play that inside to George. Apologies to any Italians watching this booth. Plays this one through to Hildebrand. And Hildebrand, oh, the flag is up. I was away to say he's got his first goal.
No, it wasn't too good.
You think you guys could have won, or?
We should have won, bro.
Should have won?
Yeah.
What was the mistakes? Not working hard, or?
Sometimes you have to do it, but before doing it, make sure that we have this one coming cover behind. And now we're fine. But if now, every single time, this guy have the ball from here, you right there, right? He pass here, then you make this run. And
also that a lot of players like myself, my brother, and others, that we work also full-time besides the pitch, which is really hard to find a schedule that fits, and also to, at the same time, play for a hobby and also bring in enough money to earn a living, and also with an athletic lifestyle that is not cheap.
So I think she had to compensate, and she just, you know, it's all about soccer, and it was hard to keep up her grades. And even I think with work and that, she's having a hard time because she has to, you know, depending on what soccer team she's working for or playing with, she has to kind of compensate her work hours. So it doesn't give her much time to, like, downtime.
To the league,
right?
but at the same time, like, we live in one of the most expensive cities in the world. Yo,
groceries go crazy here.
I feel like I spent like $50 just on fruits and vegetables. Oh, it's bad. And then you know your meat is gonna come.
Don't get started with the chicken.
Don't get started with the chicken. As soon as that chicken comes up, man, like, I don't need chicken. I'm gonna stick with eggs.
The physical side of it too is when you're working all day, you can't recover. You cannot recover the same way. And so the training load, you see it accumulate, and you saw it by the end of season. You can see it more and more versus a team like the Whitecaps or something where that's all they do. The injuries start to creep up, and that's just a load.
Jesus Christ.
My favorite game of the season was our tie against Natsama. I think it still feels like a win when I reflect back on it. It was just so intense, and it was exciting to be a part of because you could tell every player, whether they were on the field or on the bench, they were all in from the second that they got to the field to the final whistle. Yeah, I remember when we scored the goal in the second half and just how excited everyone was. And again, the light bulb went off that, oh my goodness, we can win this game, and they could have. They totally could have won that game.
Mark and Paul bringing on the female coach to the women's team. She did, as far as I know, I did not see or hear, she didn't go coach the boys at all. She was 100% focused on the girls team, and I think that was a very strong move on those gentlemen's part to support our girls team.
Okay, guys, Vanessa, you want to add something?
I love your guys' desire. I see that last 5-10% in our defensive third, but can we move it up to the middle third? It's too easy, we're too nice to them. So midfield 3, like, can we apply that pressure in the middle of the park?
Shot comes in, and it's fired home, and we've got the opening goal. 10 seconds into stoppage time here. Tommy gets there and she puts home the second for Notsamat. 2 minutes this time into first half stoppage time. Ryan steps up, sends Lauren the wrong way, nestles into the bottom corner, and it's Notsamat 3, Altitude 0 in the 52nd minute here. Altitude 0, Notsamat 3. A history-making match as well.
Yeah, some of the sacrifices I'm making being a part of Altitude and being in this industry is just having to work as well as play. I think that how much time work takes, how much energy work takes. You can't put everything, like all your 100% into playing the sport that you love. And having Altitude as a part-time job and not getting paid for it is it's really frustrating. It kind of eats at you. Like, it eats at your commitment, it eats at just everything. Like, having girls like come up and be like, I'm so tired at the end of the day, just because they're trying to make enough money so that they can go to practice, they can go to games on the weekends, and still support their living, like having to pay rent here.
I can just imagine that it is challenging for young people to dedicate as much time as they need to train and be fit and to be able to compete at a high level, because this is a high level. To do so without any financial compensation it must be challenging. But there's a limit on how much commitment is realistic without some financial motivation. We're not the only league and not the only sport that has those challenges, and we're working through them as best as we can.
What more do you see players in the future being able to make an income in League One, and what can Altitude do to kind of push that a little bit more? Yeah. Maybe not even getting paid, but maybe things like getting free physio, not on just, but like, yeah.
No, I mean, great question.
If I'm 22 and I just finished school, but I still want to play, I have to start at that lower floor of the elevator for most of us. And so, I mean, again, but if there's only so many people in the stadium and the club costs this much money and the jerseys cost it even at this level, like who's paying for that? And are they going to get a return on that investment? Most times no, and that's why the players don't get paid. And so the players got to know that. And so they got to get creative. They got to figure that out, or the club has to get creative to see how can we give these guys at least food, or how can we give these guys a roof over their head so they don't have to pay for that rent. And so I think that's when it just becomes being creative. The lower levels you go, the more creative you have to be, and the more culture that you can create just by being aware of what the players need. And from there, it's about how can you provide value for that. Value, people think value is money. It's not. Value is money, of course, but there's other value too. It's time, it's energy, it's volunteering, all of those things.
Well, you know, it's already in our rules that we can pay. I think it's either 5 or 6. I think it's 6 players, a maximum of $5,000. But there's no team in the league who pays their players at this moment. But to me, that's all.
I mean, I've heard some other things.
Sure, there's rumors. Yeah. And all the clubs have promised each other that if any club starts paying players, we'll tell the other clubs. Yeah. However, pay is such a, look at the Whitecaps. Like, they essentially, that's a program that pays everything for their players, right? Like, it's a pro organization. Yeah. So they don't pay their U19 team, but those players' life is almost entirely supported by that organization. Yeah. Is that pay? It could be defined as pay, right? So I think it's coming, personally. I think it's just a matter of time. I wouldn't even be surprised if it happens in season 3. What can Altitude do?
Welcome to Kinsman Field in North Vancouver. Cuts it back and crouching about the box. He kind of plays it in, and it's a goal! It's the opening goal for Altitude. 3 minutes on the clock, and Brandon Van Gamby. It's 2-0 Altitude. 2 goals in 2 quick minutes. 5 minutes on the clock. And that is the final one of the game. The final whistle goes. Altitude have their first win of the season, and you see what it means to them. The sheer joy. A fantastic composed performance.
I heard VK's halftime shows. They were pretty fun. Get the fans jazzed up, so that's really important for us.
Yeah, like think about yourself. Like, you feel a lot more ready to play and focused and excited when there's 700 people in the stands when there's 100, right? Yeah. So guys like BK, Christy, like they're an attraction other than just the soccer game that hopefully brings more fans. I think both are important. I wouldn't say we shouldn't be focusing on the field, but if we can give fans more reason to come, like these performers and super fans, like Aiden. Yeah. Aiden's a super fan, I'd say, right? Yeah.
Aiden, you come to every single one of our games, which is fantastic. Nate said that even the first season, I wasn't a part of Altitude yet, but you were at every game. This season, I saw you all the time. How did you first hear about Altitude FC?
Well, that's a good question. I saw the BC1 league schedule, and I heard so many times, so I thought it'd be nice to watch you guys. So I take the pace up.
Well, we appreciate
that.
it. That's so
From
awesome.
the bottom of my heart, thank you. If I know that no one else is watching, I know you're watching. You know, if no one is cheering, I know you're cheering. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, it's mainly Mark's leadership. Like, there's a lot of people in football, a lot of people talk, but there's very few people that really want to follow it up with action and look at all factors, not just the bottom line of results, really just how we're helping people, engaging people.
Legacy.
Altitude FC.
TSS Rovers.
Ironworkers Derby. History.
The Ironworkers Derby is kind of a new thing. You know, this is only the second year, but playing against Altitude last year, they were kind of one of the toughest teams for us to play against.
TSS is such a powerhouse club. They have such huge supporters.
I know the history between the rivalry between us, but nothing really but the bridge.
With us being so new, going over and play them, it's really nice to see kind of what Altitude could potentially become with the support.
So from my knowledge of what I know about the Ironworkers Derby, it obviously involves TSS Rovers and Altitude FC.
I don't really know the history of the Ironworkers Bridge.
Based on the information you've just given to me, that just makes me appreciate the game even more.
I was in the dressing room at Mahon Park at Fen Burdette Stadium, just south of here, and I was dressing, getting ready for a baseball game to play, and somebody came rushing down the stairs and into the dressing room and said, "Hey, did you hear? The Second Narrows Bridge has collapsed."
I guess you were very close to the Second Narrows Bridge when it collapsed in '58.
Yeah, we were. The fire department went down there, and we were down there trying to rescue people, and it was pretty bad. And some of them were inside the courts, and they went right down. They were lost, of course. And then the fellows some of them were pretty badly injured and crushed, and that sort of thing. And then some were lost in the water, but we had formed a diving squad in the scuba diving, and so we went down there and helped to try to search, but we never found anybody. But that was a pretty bad scene.
10 points with a 3-1-3. Here comes the Rovers, blasting through the middle, a little shot there. Tackle Altitude picks it up, shot saved by Camelia Zhu and cleared out of trouble. At Stadium. And that's the final whistle.
It's Sunday, it's Father's Day, as the hosts, Altitude, take on the visiting TSS Rovers. Runs past the defender, Ma with a shot and goal is spilled by Lauren, and it's tucked away for the opener. Can TSS have the lead from Delana Friesen?
My name is Delana Friesen, and I played striker for TSS Rovers in League One.
To muscle her way off the ball there, but that is the final whistle. Despite the valiant late push by Altitude, it's TSS Rovers that come to North Vancouver and come away with a 3-2 victory.
Swan Guardians prep, so is Kyle Jones, stopped by Schneider. Altitude fans can't believe it. Make it for the day, Ivan Mejia slides it in. This could be the Rovers' first ever win against Altitude.
Welcome to Kinsman Field, North Vancouver. It's Father's Day. It's League One BC Men's Division action underway for TSS. The home side Altitude left to right in this first half. Everson steps up, takes it, fires it past the keeper who goes the wrong way. It's here. Altitude 1, TSS Rovers 5. Altitude taking the lead in the 29th minute from Atos de Sequeira. 6 minutes later.
When you have a football match, a big game, TSS, who's in 4-0 here? I've been playing TSS since from my U11 until I never lost one single game against them. This is the first time, 4-0.
Man, I don't even like talking about those games, to be honest with you. Because the moment we talk about Derby, right, and then I think back 4-0, 5-0. So
I had been to an altitude League One tryout in December where I had gotten the great advice from a player there to maybe branch outwards. Being able to kind of have that friendly competition between the two clubs is an exciting thing, and I think I probably took it a little more personally than other players, knowing that I had tried out in December, and then ultimately I got an offer with TSS first and went there.
So when we play against teams like TSS, one of our biggest rivals, in the first year, we tied them at their home. We came back here, we beat them bad. And then this year, we kind of just, I don't know what happened this year. How did that make you feel?
I feel a little heartbroken. Everybody knows they hate losing. They want to win. They don't like tying. If they be focused in your mind, they know what the next is. They don't care, oh, we lost like 4-3, or they don't care the time. We just be focused.
Yeah.
That's part of soccer.
Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win, especially against TSS.
Because we conceded like 9 goals in 2 games, and that's just like too much, especially when you play against TSS. Like I'd rather lose like against like Whitecaps.
2-1 to the Whitecaps. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Hope you've enjoyed the afternoon here.
The Whitecaps here, where we had possession of the game, we winning 1-0, and over since the referee gave a penalty easy to the Whitecaps, that had the Whitecaps to come back to the games and 1-1, and then right away the mental, right, and the young players, and then starting to think, oh, what's going to happen now? And then we ended up losing the game 2-1.
Whitecaps are very difficult to beat.
Atos, so if you were to get injured on the field, what are the resources that League One BC offers to sustain your life and help you recover?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know.
I mean,
0-0.
There you go. So we need to have a conversation about that, because if something happens to me, I need to know I'm taken care of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's unreal, actually. Like, let's just soak that in for a second.
Yeah,
'cause, like, if we get injured at work.
Just describe what happened at work and how that all went down, how that affected your season.
I was working as an exterior cleaner. While I was working with the pressure washing machine, I was like filling it up with gas, and the machine like caught fire, went like in this huge flame, and I was holding like a jerry can at the time, caught my pants, my shirt, and even like burnt my arm hairs, and I started feeling the burns on my leg, and I was just like running.
And obviously as a family member, like we're all shocked. The first instinct is like, oh my God, what happened? So like I got a call from my brother saying that he's in the hospital, so I just wanted to know what's going on and everything. So it was sad to find out that my brother got injured, especially like in the workplace. But also at the same time we were relieved, because it's just his ankle. I'd say it like that because imagine if it goes to his face, his head, or just other body parts that could have ended up way worse. So we try to view it that way, but especially from my mom's side, since she lives in Germany, she was like super shocked, blowing up the phone, like what's going on, how's Rav doing? Like it's just concerning for the parents if like one of their kids get injured.
At that point, I was so low emotionally that I had to dig really deep, like emotionally and spiritually. So, through the whole process, I think I was just like on a high, like an adrenaline high, where I was like just kind of avoiding the fact that like I'd gotten injured again. And so that was really hard, but I went to like, my first resort is always praying about it, and I had done that throughout the process, but I never really prayed for just like complete healing and protection. I was more so focused on like the goal. I was more goal oriented, like I want to get back on the field, like I pray that my team does well. I was focused on like the external and all the things that were going on around me.
And then so I recentered my focus back onto like me healing first before I gave to others. So again, throughout my injury, I was there for my teammates. I made that a point that like I'll be there for them. She had a major car accident. She's very lucky to be alive. Our vehicle was totaled. And the doctor told her that she would never play soccer again. And so she rehabilitated herself back, again with the mindset, the work that she has been doing personally, but also for her career. She was able to rehabilitate herself back and stronger than ever.
Again, I felt like the last time I had played soccer, which was the semi-finals with Coastal, that was one of the last games I thought I was going to play. And getting back onto the field for my first game with Altitude was definitely one where I was ready to get back on the field and play like it was my last. And I think every tackle that I got into, it was like, okay, done. Okay, next. Okay, what's coming?
And I think between 4 and 6 weeks, she herself said she was ready.
Being able to get back on that field was like, when you go through injury, it's definitely something that you don't remember what it was like to be uninjured, and it's a very dark place at times. And
she was injured, she wasn't playing. I don't even think she was training at that point.
As athletes, we have so many other things to show up for.
But Jess handled herself very professionally.
We have our family, we have our school.
She still attended everything.
We have so many other things to report back to that we can't really be in that emotional state for too long.
She still managed to be a leader within the group, and she became such an important role within the group.
My first game with a semi-pro team and I break my collarbone, like what are the chances?
So it was really great to see her stay committed.
It was a very big roller coaster of a ride, but getting back onto that field was like, wow, I really did that.
As Aurora dances through, fires a shot in, her second effort in on goal so far. Eva Rodriguez buries that one. The referee Carruthers blows the final whistle. Absolute heartbreak for Altitude here. 95th minute equaliser from Ashley Roberts, cancelling out Eva Rodriguez 79th minute opener.
If a player is injured during League One BC play, the player is covered under BC Soccer's insurance policy. If the club has any supplemental insurance that they have for players, they can utilize that as well.
Something that took us a while to secure at first, looking around for the insurance providers as a semi-pro club. It's a little bit in between pro and amateur, so there are a lot of providers. It was difficult to find.
At the highest level, you get the best care. You get the best psychological help, you get the best physical help, and your resources are there. Obviously, at the highest level, World Cup, everything is there. They'll fly you around the world to do whatever they need to do in the fastest way that you can. You'll see the best doctor in some corner that can do the best thing to get you back 3 weeks earlier, because that's time and money for the club, that's time and money for the national teams, so it's important. But as you filter down, it depends where you are. It depends on the budgets of the club. And in my experience, if the team has no budget and they can hardly pay the players because it's the 9th division, you got to get yourself to training. You normally probably have to have another job. And so with that filters the care. So each step down, you go less care, less care, less care. And so then you got to learn how to care for yourself.
In your opinion, why is it important for businesses like yours or others in the community to be part of and help teams like Altitude succeed?
I came from an unfunded sporting experience, right? And I think we've got great sponsors that support this, but I think it's more about if you if you're involved in a community and you exist in a community, is it immediate financial reward? Of course not, it isn't. But what it is it's what you can do to help others go through a positive experience that I did. So my elite sport thing made what I do as a physio, but I think that everybody, it's such a positive life experience to have a competitive environment. And if you can facilitate it and help people get through it in a better way, that's wonderful. And I mean, maybe down the road someone remembers that our banner was up or something like that. But really it's, for my group, we've got a skill set that lends itself very well to elite sport. You guys are elite sport, and if you weren't fun to be around, I wouldn't do it. But you guys are an awesome group to be around, and I wouldn't hesitate to do it again. We had a wonderful time, and yeah, just got to pay it forward a bit, I guess, because someone helped us when I was little. Someone helped me. It's my opportunity to help you guys. Yeah.
I felt so at home, again, because of all those components. So when they say it takes a village, it does take a village for an athlete to succeed.
Welcome to Chase Office Field in Langley for League 1 BC Women's Division action as Unity FC will take on Altitude FC.
So like I said, yeah, we were having a little bit of trouble to get to the game the first 15-20 minutes. Yes, they created chances. We did create chances as well, right? But as long as we are in positions, not giving them opportunity chance to score goals, right?
When you are injured, you come back. You want to come back because she was coming to every practice as well, same as Kelsey, supporting the team, even she cannot be part of it.
Jess, when she first started teaching and then also coaching, I remember when she first got her master's, I asked her what she was getting her master's for. She's always been studying and going to school, and we're always teasing her about that. But she said that she was getting her master's in trauma and resiliency.
And when I took that course, it really opened up my mind to the psychology behind education, how people learn, how we grow, and how big of an impact that makes on the rest of our lives.
You can see that she's older, she had bring experience to the group.
She did practices every day are with youth, and they completely need that. And then as a coach, coaching an athlete, they need that as well. But as an athlete yourself, when you do get injured or you go through ups and downs, you also need that resilient mindset.
And also she will be part of the coaching staff as well with the FC Fali as well, right?
Matthew Marshall, one of the guys, and he was an awesome guy. I was having problems with my host family at the time, and he was just like, I can talk to my parents, maybe you can come live with me. So yeah, that was awesome.
You know, he just turned 20 this week, going into the third season. Yeah, you're still learning right back, and you want to, you've got dreams around that, but I think you need to step up as a leader. Yeah. When people like you have been sitting around the house all day, or you go to the gym for 2 hours in the morning.
And can you kind of go into a little bit more detail about how your parents have been involved in kind of your journey from when you were a youth? Like, did they coach you as you were growing up?
Yeah, my mom had a really big part in me, just really big. She helped a lot with me growing up. She was always one of my coaches up until I was like 10, 11 years old. My dad he wasn't as big of a soccer guy, so, I'd always see him on the side kind of cheering and stuff, but it was more my mom who would be, my coach. She would be on the side helping me out. When we moved to India for 2 years when I was, I think, 6 and 7 maybe. There was no like teams there or anything, so she was my coach there as well. She'd take me to the gym, set drills up for me and play with me and help me out. So yeah, it was always my mom growing up. She was always my coach.
And he's feisty. His feistiness grew. He didn't necessarily have that. You don't necessarily have that when you're younger. The aggressiveness comes out. I probably would say that, oddly enough, I've encouraged the kids more than other people to, maybe rip someone's face off a bit out there in a nice way. Just want the ball more than other people. And I've loved it. And I mean, I always say to people, there's no other place I'd rather be really than watching my kids play soccer, being on the sideline watching them, or when they were younger, running around with them and kicking the ball with them and teaching them things.
It's little things like, the ball goes out, guys had me, maybe I'll give his shirt a little tug, or I'll give his step on his foot a little bit, things that the ref can't see, and then obviously just over time builds up where they're like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, stop doing that. And then it builds up into a bad tackle or a bad challenge, and then obviously that draws a card or draws a foul, which is something good for the team. And yeah, so I'd just say it's just something, I've done it since I was a kid. It's something my mom taught me. She's a lot like that.
When I'm yelling on the field, it's never from a place where I mean it intentionally. It's just coming from a place of passion. You're in the moment. You're yelling, you're walking, you're running.
And then Jess, I haven't really seen too much of her this season, but actually I don't really know who I'd compare her to. Maybe myself, I guess. We both played right back a lot this year. She seemed pretty quick when she played, pretty smart with the ball, very good technically. So yeah, if anyone, I guess I'd compare her to myself.
Early on, the coaches noticed that she was also a natural defender. And another thing was that they used to call her the wall. Nothing would get by her, literally nothing. And whether it was, with her feet or her head or whatever she had to do, that ball was not going to get through her.
So I know that she went to every single game. She was present with her team. And I think that that's the one thing that keeps her motivated. I know that if the minute that she just detaches, that's where you kind of get in your head and you start overthinking things. So I think for her, it's just being present in the moment and being with her team and being able to communicate with them.
But it's obviously nice being able to train with him because it's someone that you could always just have at your house with you. Like, just be like, we want to go to the field right now. And then you'd go, and most of the time he was better than me, but that kind of made me play better and like do more and I'd always try to beat him, So that really helped me because now when I'm playing against people, I kind of have that same mentality where it's like, I want to be better than you. So he helped me have that mentality.
For me, myself, it's more just about social media, reposting, getting people my age to kind of recognize what altitude is and what League One is.
I think there's so much more that we can do as athletes too to extend our gratitude to the community and to support that. And I think with social media being like a bigger thing and reaching more platforms and reaching more individuals and younger athletes, I think it's only going to get bigger. And
we have to double our sponsorship.
Oh, this is a pretty boy Matthew is what you call him?
Yeah.
Question. So given that Matthew is Mark's son, Davide, what are the behaviors and activities you have seen him do to showcase that he is worthy for a spot on the altitude team?
I never used that.
I actually didn't even know Mark was his dad.
I know Matthew Vanny.
That's good though. I mean, at least hopefully people don't think about it that way.
It takes a lot of money, relatively, but it takes a lot of money to run a club. You guys, you don't have to pay for anything, right?
his attitude, everything is always like be like close like to be a pro. Like he's there, practice, workout, like extra practice,
For sure,
like day off, go for a run, like.
The fans, we try to keep the tickets as reasonably priced as possible. The beer, the hamburgers, it's all as reasonably priced as we can keep it.
Yeah, we need this kind of honesty, we need this kind of attitude, this kind of player for me.
We lost money in our first 2 years.
Yeah.
We need more sponsorship to help us sustain the club.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a flywheel of stuff, right? It all feeds into each other.
Yeah.
Hey Kurt, how you doing? Welcome.
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to see you. Come on in.
Pretty,
all right, guys. Let me give you the tour. So we're just here doing some flavoring today. We're transferring our main ferment into our bright tanks where we add the flavor and the carbonation. And this is our main fermentation tanks where we do our initial ferment and create all the probiotics and gut beneficial yeasts.
Like I know with Kirk's Kefir, like I didn't know what it was before either. And like after trying it and like doing the ad, I know I see them in stores all the time and like I buy them, you know, and I know like lots of people in the league buy them now because they've like tried them. Like even the other teams, like after a game, they go get a drink and they're like, oh, these are actually really good. Or they see like the funny ad and they're like, oh, we should like try that, you know. So it does make a difference. I think like the players getting involved does bring community in, and all the little kids watching, they think it's cool, you know. And it's also just fun. It's a fun environment to be in, like to do an ad and do kind of a fun game and get to know the players and who you're working with. It creates a very strong community.
Just the passion that all of their staff have for the club and to grow the club and really make a positive impact in the community at the club level, but within the community, and reaching out to local businesses to engage and support one another.
We've had a ton of support along the way to make this happen. So any way we can get involved and support another grassroots movement, where we're all a part of it, man, and being a part of the community, it's great.
Yeah, so I always thought it was an interesting dynamic. Where do you fall in that, you know, owner's son? You probably have to work 10, 15, 20% harder than anyone else to prove it.
I think that in a position that he's playing as an outside back, you have to be a little bit reckless.
I know a lot of the boys, they're nice, they're good chaps, but again, they're chirpy. Like, they'll let you know if you don't deserve your place or you haven't put in your shift. So I don't think he got off with anything, and knowing him and his mentality, he's fully aware of what his father's doing, some amazing stuff in the community, building this club out of nothing, trying to make all these contacts, great, but he's not at all that things are going to be given to him for free.
And you have to have a lot of strength and speed and stamina. It's a really hard position to play.
I loved it how he played. He was one of the more vocal. He showed a lot of emotion. He was upset a lot about things. He's a defender. Yeah, it was a hard season, but he didn't shirk his responsibilities, and so good for him. I think, if anything, he's under more pressure naturally, and he's rising through it. So
for sure, he wants to do well for his dad. You know, he wants to impress his dad, like any son does. Like I did that for my dad. But I think there may be some benefits in it because it adds that little bit of pressure, right? Because he wants to do well, right? And he's pushing for his dad, who's very involved with the club. So I think there's pros and cons for Matthew, and again, it's a mental game, so.
On our trip to Victoria, that energy, again, it's something where we know how to turn it on and off. When we show up to the ferry, everyone's tired. We're all tired.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Centennial Stadium at the University of Victoria on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples. It is game day for League One BC here in the province's capital, and the home side Victoria Highlanders are facing off against visiting Altitude FC.
And then something clicks on the ferry and we're all singing songs together. We're all, you know, enjoying each other's presence. We're singing, we're getting all the quiet girls to like jump in. I think that that's what team is all about, is as much as we are all very, very different players, different people, we all come together and find a common ground.
Chance now from distance. Oh, that very nearly saw a scene with the crossbar. Charlotte Ring had a chance. Why not?
We're out there just battling our hearts away, and I think that comes with like our family and having so much passion. What we do for each other is we remind ourselves of our strength. Sometimes when you're vulnerable on the field physically and emotionally, we have to lift each other up, and we know how to do that for each other in the most seamless way, just because we've been together for so many years.
Heyman finally getting a good look at goal that is still onside. Many able to win it back. They're still trying though, sliding in and comes away with it. Aurora Hughes Goyette, great hustle to get there.
And so having that on the field, not just off the field, but on the field, is one where it's like, okay, I see her get a tackle. It's like, okay, you can't turn off. There's no way. Having someone on the field that reminds you of your strength and of your capabilities and has kind of seen you grow into the player that you are today is a huge testament to remind you of what you're capable of.
Nice dead. And that will do it. The Highlanders are mathematically eliminated from postseason contention. Altitude still alive. They'll need a lot of help to get to that 4th spot and past TSS Rovers.
The one player I really love is Lauren Gray.
Lauren, okay. Shout out to Lauren.
Matthew can easily.
His performance
speak for itself. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was phenomenal to see to first live with the two of them, and to afterwards have to see them having to communicate with each other in a more professional way.
Yeah.
Matthew did a good job, and both Mark too. I would say they would always be like, "Hey, Matthew."
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
She wins every ball in the air. Yeah. Awesome player.
No favorite men's player.
Well,
I'm sitting right
there's
here.
so many players in my head, but okay. If I choose you, then yeah.
I love their family. They're phenomenal people.
Here's this is actually, I think, one of the biggest challenges with our league right now, financially, with player development, is your contracts are just for the season.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens if you finish the season and then you go start playing whatever for the local team in September, and in October some CPL or MLS team comes along and wants to sign you to a contract? There's no mechanism or there's no rule in Canada Soccer set up such that altitude benefits. There's no sell-on fees. Yes, there's training fees set up, but because the CPL is still new and League One is relatively new, Canada Soccer has not set up a mechanism yet for the League One team who trains the player to benefit financially from a pro team signing that player. It's not fair, right? We spend a lot of money developing you guys as players. We're losing money, right? So we're basically giving away money. That's something CSB and Canada Soccer need to figure out, and they need to do it quickly because more and more players are starting to go professional. And I think if they could figure that out, very quickly you would start to see League One paying some players because there would be more incentive to bring in a player the club thinks that they can make $20,000 on selling to the next level. You need to build a community support and a good culture and all that stuff, but you need money at the end of the day, right? So that is one of the major hurdles right now.
That definitely.
Yeah, well, Fally and I talk about it all the time because he's like, wow, so-and-so player is going here and I didn't get anything for it, right? So.
My name is Arturo. Glad to have you with us for this League One BC Men's Division match between the visiting Altitude FC and the home side Victoria Highlanders FC. Near post is good. Converted by Cody Geisbers. In back post. It does go in. Michael Hedman gets the goal in the 33rd minute. Geisbers, De Sequeira takes the shot back in the net. Atos Michalepes, De Sequeira with the goal in the 44th minute. That's the final kick of the game. Highlanders win 2-1 against Altitude FC.
One of the things I feel that we're up against is universities, like we talked about before. They play all season together. You put this team together from the North Shore. You got people coming from Coquitlam, from where is the sisters? From Squamish. You got players coming from New West, from Burnaby.
Even in Seattle as well too.
Seattle, yeah. You're trying to build the team, put it together, and there's there's no chemistry straight off the bat, and that has to be built. So we found our footing, but also Had we been a team for 2-3 years like these universities, I think it'd be a different ballgame.
Absolutely, it's one of our goals to develop players and move them on into the professional environment, right? We're semi-pro, the goal is to move them up. So if they get an opportunity, we're not going to stop them, right? We'll rip up the contract, right? So that is 100% what we want for them, and we'll make it happen.
Did you watch any of the games via stream? No.
Yeah.
You did?
I mean,
okay. So how do you feel about the streaming options for the League One BC games in the past 2 seasons?
Yeah. In the first season, it was something that I really enjoyed because for me it's very important, the streaming services, because my family doesn't live here. Like other than my friends who I'm very close with, and for example the families that I lived here, so my host families, my parents don't live here, my brother doesn't live here, all my relatives, I don't have a single person that is like part of my family that lives in Canada. So they're like my parents. I haven't seen my mom in 2 years, for example. So it sucks for me to not be able to have her coming to watch my games.
I can tell you, we were basically a team of 3-4 people trying to run everything. It was a labor of love, and we were all having to wear a lot of hats. With CSB, we have so much more support, whether it be on the commercial side of things, marketing, graphic design, communications, you name it. The resources available to us are greater.
Altitude FC play their final home match of the 2023 regular season, taking on Highlanders FC, making the long journey over from Victoria for this first half.
And we've got the opening goal here, 8 minutes in,
Played in from Bartolillo to Preston, comes back to Bartolillo from the rebound from Preston's shot. Hinman, another Timberwolf that knows how to score, does just that in the 23rd minute here. And that indeed is the last action of this one. It's a 2-1 victory for Victoria Highlanders, as it was last weekend over on the island.
Could you tell us a little bit about what's going on between CSB and Media Pro Group?
No, can't speak.
Yeah, cool. I kind of figured,
I think your best bet would be just to take what Victor Montagliani was quoted on the Footy Prime podcast the other day.
Okay.
Use that. Ultimately, it's a business dispute. And he made me laugh and listening to his answer, which is, I think he said something along the lines of, maybe I'm a little funny that way, but I was actually happy to see this because it shows we're in the real world of football, because disputes between leagues and broadcasters happen all the time. But in this country, we're not used to it. So
thanks for that. And I really actually liked the reality of it. I'm not going to pull punches. I know who should be. It shouldn't be the Mark Marshalls of the world trying to wrangle every local business to support them. Again, I'll always hammer the authorities about these things. They provide a platform for players, but apart from saying we'll let you do this, what are you actually giving to us to help us? You want to see Canada do well in the Men's and Women's World Cup. All right, cool, but you can't charge us franchise fees and stuff like that. I wish there was a way that we could subsidise people more. Not just Altitude people, everyone, but no, I think we're quite transparent in our questions, to be fair.
It's a beautiful day on the North Shore, and it's a lot on the line for the host Altitude FC, hosting Victoria Highlanders this afternoon at the halfway line. Wait to get this one underway for Altitude. Referee Olin Metz blows her whistle. Good delivery there, right onto the head of Sophia Jones. Ganley and winning a free kick for her side as well. The 6 minutes of time that had been allocated by the referee, and there goes the final whistle here at Kinsman's Field. Altitude FC's home season comes to an end for another year. Altitude though can hold their heads up high. It's been a fantastic season of home games.
yeah, I felt like I let the team down. It's a terrible feeling, you know. I want to make sure all the girls know how hard and all the effort I put in. I feel like I'm a silent leader. I was never a captain or anything, but I feel like I was able to reach a lot of the girls. And when I feel like I didn't do my best, I feel like I let everybody down. So, yeah, it's really hard feeling.
Do you have any kind of tips or tricks for kind of dealing with that and processing that on the field?
Yeah.
I think my toughest game was probably the the playoffs in 2008, because we had come down from the Premier League. I was captain of the club, and then just moving into the playoffs, I got the captaincy taken away from me because I wasn't playing very well. And then we limped into the playoffs. We lost that game, and that was kind of this moment where I had to really reflect and be like, you know, I wanted to finish the season as captain. Coach told me that the armband was too heavy. At the time, I didn't believe it, but he was right. And so then I had to do a lot of self-reflecting. I wasn't playing that great. And you can't lead if you're not playing well. It's hard. It's hard to do that. No one's going to listen to you. And so I think that for me was that off season was like, okay, do I want to stay at the club? Do I want to stand in that fire? Do I want to run away from the responsibility, or do I want to own the responsibility? And I think that was, for me, the hardest off season and the toughest the game started that. That was that playoff final game that really, you know, our season was done after that game. And so that was a testing point of where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to get out of your role in this game? And
so let's recap.
I imagine it's quite draining for a player to be in that position and they're not being paid to play on this team.
I think we're hearing more people speak up about it, but definitely not enough is done, and we're not where we need to be.
And we truly, you know, admire them for that, and you know, hope that in the future that there'll be the funding that we can pay them. That's going to help a little bit, right?
We're all in this together. And I think really the focus has to be that we're on an equal and level playing field, and that should be recognized by everyone. And if it needs support from, you know, the community, if it needs support from the businesses, if it needs support from the country, we just need to speak up. And a lot of it just comes to people just talking about it more.
Now with League One coming out, this is the next level, and I'm here and I'm starting, and hopefully with Project 8 right around the corner, I'm really excited for that to come to tuition as well.
Making sure that every day you're purposely challenging yourself. If you're not creating adversity in your life, you're not living hard enough.
Project 8 is a really exciting thing coming to Canada.
And how we advance and succeed is getting through those things and sitting in fires and creating fires on purpose.
The exciting thing is that, you know, we're going to have teams from coast to coast in Canada competing against each other, and players having that opportunity that, you know, their career doesn't have to stop at college. They can continue to play post-college, earn a career, make money, play in front of their home friends and family, and have those same opportunities that the boys in our country do.
I'm keen to line up and buy season tickets for the local women's pro club when the Project 8 League launches. Having the CPL has been absolutely integral to the growth and the development of League One Ontario. And it's important for League One BC in Quebec and Alberta as well. On the men's side, I know that a women's pro league, whatever they end up calling it, is going to be huge for our women. Can't wait to see that gap in the market closed.
I'm so excited to be a part of it and to be bringing a team to Vancouver and to BC because we have so much talent in this province, and I'm excited to continue to follow League One BC because I know that there's going to be so many players that are going to come out of that league and have that opportunity to pursue a professional pathway now too.
One soccer is an important part of the Canadian soccer landscape, and it is important that the CPL have a partner in One Soccer to bring its games to Canadian soccer fans across this country.
Because those fires are coming. They're coming no matter what. And there's no such thing as an ill-adverse journey. Adversity is coming. And so if you're either ready for it and prepared for it and want it and love it, expect it and get through it, or it's everyone else's fault and you won't find a future in the game. It really is that simple.
When I hear the term rising together, it means to me the club and the girls and the guys and the coaches working together to improve not only their standing within the BC1 League, but to improve their camaraderie.
Now she has a bit of time one-on-one with Nichols. Looks to center there, a chance and they score!
Their teammanship, their sportsmanship, improve their abilities and their positive attitudes.
Ball delivered high, 8 yards out, now to the spot, they shoot and score!
I believe that was Ring, Charlotte Ring.
Charlotte Ring from effectively right on the penalty spot.
So to me, rising together is a super positive message and one that I think is amazing that Altitude has taken that on.
Near side finds Ali Hughes-Goyette, centers once more and a header and they score! Back to back for the visitors and it's 3-0. This one will be Avery Tilloch on the feed from the Hughes-Goyettes. And Harborside's in deep trouble.
I think rising together is a fitting way to describe this journey that everyone's on.
Chip back, Finlayson gets it back. She's got some room in the area, closed down by Stewardson. Sharp angled shot, she scores.
The important thing about where the game is at in this country is that everyone has a role to play, you know, from those at the top, the administrators, to fans, to players, to clubs.
And she slots it home, makes no mistake, and it's 5-0.
And even within a club, right, the fact that it's all going to happen together. It's going to come from owners, it's going to come from sponsors, it's going to come from players, fans.
The Harborside finish on the wrong side of a 5-0 scoreline, and it is a tough end to what has been an amazing season.
Because this game in the country, it's both old and new in the sense that it's been here for a long time, but there's still so much potential, still another level.
And we are underway here in Nanaimo. Chance here for Altitude. Delivers into the wall, it kicks back from 22 and they score! Illich never saw it, and Altitude square this up at 1.
I know what, you know.
The term rising together means to me that we are all in this understanding the mission, the vision. We have been through the experiences together.
Here we go, a chance for Altitude with the lead, and he makes no mistake.
The ups, the downs, and we're now at a place where we see the heights in which we can take this, and we're ready to get after that. And I think through the energy and through rising together as a team, as a club, the whole community comes in, and then you have the whole society, and before you know it, the entire world.
They will just play to the corner, and that is it. The inaugural season for Harborside's men's team is over. It ends on a losing note as they fall by a 2-1 score to Altitude. And a rough second half after really a fantastic opening 45 minutes where Harborside were able to generate so much offensively.
Everyone is trying to move forward in the same direction. So you're trying to increase and improve and also doing it together.
You know, and I guarantee there's more things gonna happen next season. Next season we gonna get louder and crazier. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we can cut there. You want me to perform, play the song and perform it so you can get a better cut of the song?
Yeah. Oh, let's go. Come on. Blue, white. Let's go. Blue, with white. We blow the dynamite altitude.